Will the Green Bay Packers move on from Aaron Rodgers for Jordan Love sooner rather than later? What is going on, y'all? Faiz Sports Talk back at it with another video talking, of course, some NFL, and here to talk about this story with Aaron Rodgers, who recently did an interview, and it was very insightful, folks. There is a lot I want to talk about here, but before I get into that, if you are new to the channel, welcome, and make sure to go ahead and subscribe because I do post daily videos on the channel and you don't want to miss out, guys. Follow me on my social media platforms, my Twitter, Instagram, links down below. Best way to reach out to me, guys. Subscribe to my Patreon as well, links down below if you want to support the channel. Really does help me out a lot when you guys do so. So with that being said, let's get on with the topic, which is the story of Aaron Rodgers and Jordan Love, right? Aaron Rodgers did an interview recently with the NFL Network in which he talked about the Jordan Love situation at large. And he went into some detail which we hadn't heard from before. So let's talk about it and let's discuss. So Aaron Rodgers did this interview with Kyle Brandt of the NFL Network, and I urge everybody to go watch it. I retweeted it on my Twitter page, so if you guys want to go ahead and check it out, go ahead and do so. I believe it's a snippet of a full interview that is going to be released on Kyle Brandt's podcast or whatever. So again, this is basically from the snippet that he released, okay, which was a lot, okay? And so one of the things was, you know, Kyle asked Aaron Rodgers how he felt about, you know, Jordan Love being drafted. What was his first thoughts in his head when he heard the Packers are drafting Jordan Love, and not only just drafted him in the first round and trading up to draft him, right? And Aaron Rodgers basically says that he was watching the draft and he was literally waiting to see which receiver the Packers are going to take. He was literally saying, you know, I was looking at the kids from all these other schools he talked about, and basically the guys that he was talking about were Justin Jefferson, T. Higgins, and Brandon Ayuk, okay? So those were the receivers Aaron Rodgers wanted, okay? He basically came out and pretty much said it, and then he gets a text, I believe, from one of his managers or friends or whatever, and they say it's a quarterback. The Packers are taking a quarterback, and that is when Aaron Rodgers apparently went to grab something to drink, aka tequila, because he knew it was going to be a long night, okay? And people were just going to ask him a bunch of questions, bombard him, ask him, you know, how he is doing and whatnot. And so, obviously, we all thought this, but just hearing Aaron Rodgers say it is unreal to me. This man is literally watching the draft, just like all of us, and he's wondering who the Packers will take at receiver with their first-round pick, because everybody thought they were going to take a receiver. That was their biggest need, and the Packers end up taking a quarterback. So, crazy, right? And then, basically, Aaron Rodgers talks about the fact that, you know, I was shocked. Obviously not what I expected. And then he did say he reached out to Jordan Love, though, because, again, Jordan Love, it's not his fault he got drafted by the Packers, right? And so he's getting all this blame when all he did was just, you know, declare for the draft and wanted to be drafted. And he realized his dream of being a first-round pick. And so Aaron Rodgers didn't want to make him feel bad about it. So he did reach out. And obviously that shows maturity on the side of Aaron, who a lot of people in the media have been calling him immature, and, you know, he doesn't get along with his teammates, etc. Or his teammates aren't huge fans of him, and he rubs them the wrong way. Well, he certainly made a very mature move there, right? And then basically Kyle talks about, you know, what do you expect the Packers to do in terms of picking between you, aka Aaron Rodgers, and Jordan Love. And Aaron Rodgers basically said, I expect the Packers to pick Jordan Love. He really does. And that's when I'm like, wow, okay, like Aaron Rodgers literally says it. And he even went into detail saying, you know, I've made it known that I want to play into my 40s, so this situation is different than the one that I was in with Brett Favre. Obviously, a lot of people want to draw parallels to that. And so with Jordan Love being a first-round pick, and the best part of having a rookie quarterback is him being on his rookie deal, which is only going to be 4 years, and Aaron Rodgers right now, I believe, is 36. If he wants to play in his 40s, yeah, that's going to go past the 4 years, right? Or just about. And so he thinks they're going to pick Jordan Love, almost seems like regardless of how Aaron Rodgers plays. Now, I don't know about that, but we will get into the situation real quick, and I'll explain how all of the numbers work, okay? And so Aaron Rodgers basically comes out and says that. I'm like, wow. Aaron Rodgers literally just says that. He's like, yeah, I know they're going to pick Jordan Love over me. And he didn't say this part, but I'm paraphrasing here, where I think this is his thinking, that you don't draft a quarterback in the first round and trade up to not pick him eventually, right? Over you. And so he knows it. He knows Jordan Love is the successor. And essentially, Aaron Rodgers talked about the fact that there really are not that many parallels between his situation with Jordan Love and his situation with Brett Favre. And I agree with him. A lot of people want to compare the two. Oh, you know, it's a full deja vu for Aaron Rodgers. The same thing he did to Brett Favre, it's happening to him. No, it's not, folks, because here's the thing. Aaron Rodgers, right now, where Brett Favre was at that point in his career, are in two different wavelengths. Brett Favre was on and off with the retirement. Aaron Rodgers has literally made it clear, I want to play till my 40s. Okay? So two totally different things. And then you take a look at the fact that the players themselves, in Jordan Love and Aaron Rodgers, Jordan Love was, to me, the fourth, maybe fifth best quarterback in this draft, according to, you know, the scouts and pretty much everybody. And I, for the most part, agree. You know, you had Joe Burrow for sure above him. You had Tua Tagovailoa, and you had Justin Herbert over him as well. And so Aaron Rodgers, when he got drafted, everybody thought he could have been the #1 overall pick. Alex Smith ended up being the #1 pick in that draft, but people thought Aaron Rodgers could have been the #1 overall pick, and he slipped all the way to Green Bay. Okay? Jordan Love didn't slip. In fact, people think Jordan Love was drafted too high. Some people thought he would have gone in the second round. Okay? So there is no parallel there in terms of, oh, Jordan Love was a for sure #1 pick that slipped like Aaron Rodgers. No, he was not. Okay? And so basically, that's essentially how the interview went. And then the last snippet we see is him Kyle asking Aaron, you know, how do you see yourself in a Bears uniform, which was funny. And then Aaron Rodgers starts laughing, and he's like, oh, I mean, that's tough. And then it ends. So obviously that little last part there, I'd love to see more about it. And when the full interview comes out, I'll check it out. Because obviously a lot of you guys have asked, you know, how would it be if Aaron Rodgers were to join the Bears. I can discuss that in just a second here. But let's talk about this, okay? Let's talk about, is it even possible for the Packers to move on from Aaron Rodgers? Because there is something called a contract you have to honor, right? And Aaron Rodgers is getting paid a lot of money. So regardless of, you know, what we think about the situation, we have to take a look at the numbers, okay? Because it's not possible without the numbers, okay? It will not make sense. So if you're just saying, oh, you know, if Aaron Rodgers doesn't play well this year, they're just going to trade him or they're just going to cut him next year. Well, no. You got to look at the numbers. You got to look at the cap space and what Aaron Rodgers is owed. So basically, I've broken it down for you guys to make it easy and simple, okay? So on the board here, I've basically got the next 3 years because we know Aaron Rodgers is the quarterback for the Packers this year, right? 2020, there's no chance. I mean, if it did happen where somehow they wanted to cut him, I mean, his cap number is $21 million, but dead money is $51 million. This is not happening, okay? So I'm looking at the next 3 years, okay? Let's just say, for argument's sake, Aaron Rodgers just goes and the tank, regresses this year, and you see the decline for Aaron Rodgers. Next year, what would it cost to cut Aaron Rodgers? His base salary next year is about $15 million. His cap number that he counts against the cap is $36 million, and the dead money is $31.5 million. So that is a lot of dead money to absorb, which means what? They're not cutting Aaron Rodgers. Okay, that's a lot of dead money. The only way Jordan Love sees the field is if Aaron Rodgers gets hurt next year. Okay, or I'm talking about specifically next year. But now we come to 2022. Okay, 2022 has got a base salary of $25 million, a cap number of $39 million, but dead money goes all the way down to $17 million. Okay, so now you actually can cut him, and you do save about $22 million. You take the 39 minus the 17, that gets you about $22 million right there. Again, it's still not a clean cut, but you do get to save money there. So realistically, you can cut him in 2022. But in 2023, that's really when all the money comes off the books here, because the base salary is $25 million, cap number is $28 million, but the dead money if you cut him is $2 million, and that is minuscule. So essentially, 2023 is when it makes sense, when the contract is essentially up, but 2022 they can cut him. Now, Jordan Love is on a 4-year deal, okay, and rookie quarterback on a rookie quarterback salary scale is the most valuable commodity at times in the NFL. And so you want to play Jordan Love probably on that rookie deal, right? So you got basically 4 years to do that. Well, I just explained to you how it's not going to happen in this year or next year. Earliest is 2022, which would be his 3rd year, and then 2023 possibly. So at most, they're going to get 2 years on his rookie deal from Jordan Love if they cut Rodgers in 2022. And at least it's going to be 1 year if they move on from Rodgers in 2023. And technically it could be 0 years if they decide to keep Aaron Rodgers and he just outplays this contract even more. The point being is, that is what the numbers say. So essentially, the Packers can cut Aaron Rodgers in 2022 at the earliest, okay? And after that, it gets easier. But point being, folks, is ultimately, I believe the Green Bay Packers will move forward with Jordan Love, I think, in 2023. Okay, that's when basically you can cut Aaron Rodgers at that point. But to me, just saying those words like cut and Aaron Rodgers in the same sense, it just doesn't seem right, folks. Because to me, Aaron Rodgers, again, he's still an elite quarterback. Now, will he be an elite quarterback in 3 years? Again, to be decided. But point being here is the fact the Packers picked Jordan Love in the 1st round this year, a team that was 1 game away from the Super Bowl, 13-3, right? I know nobody wants to admit it, but they did go 13-3 and were 1 game away from the Super Bowl. And part of the reason I picked the Packers to win the division this year is mainly because of this. Aaron Rodgers can only go one of 2 ways here, I believe, with the Packers. Either he balls out, just goes berserk, like, you know, becomes an MVP candidate again and just has one of his best years ever because he's pissed off that they drafted Jordan Love. And the Packers will ultimately win the division because he played so well. Or maybe Aaron Rodgers says to heck with it and kind of goes in the tank and coasts through it because he knows the writing on the wall, and the Packers ultimately end up just falling apart. Okay? Because as much as they were a 13-3 team last year, and I just mentioned this, they were a pretty weak 13-3 team, folks. I know they lost to the 49ers, but that was it wasn't close both times really with the 49ers in terms of their performance. And so to me, it could go one of 2 ways. The point being is, folks, I just don't like this decision from the Packers' perspective. I don't think they should have drafted Jordan Love. I don't think Jordan Love